Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my April beauty favorites. I'm going to do this get ready with me style so you can see all of the products being used on my face. But before we move into those products, I'm going to share some new pieces from today's video sponsor. This video is sponsored by Vinader, which is one of my favorite jewelry brands, one of the first brands that I actually really got excited about the pieces. And my favorite thing about Vinader pieces are that they're just really classic and simple, but they're nice, like elevated quality pieces that you can keep in your collection for years to come. So I have 12 piercings total in my ears, and everything that I did for my ear collection today is Monica as well as this ring. So zoom you in and I will show you all these pieces. So actually this one's not Monica, this small forward helix piercing. That one's a little bit finicky. It's still quite new, and I didn't feel comfortable changing that one yet. But I do have the Monica star right here, and she actually has a bunch of new pieces that are gauged for piercings. So if you do have gauged piercings, that's perfect, because a lot of mine I need gauged studs for. And then I have 2 hoops right here in that stack, and then I did one of these really cool little almost like circular piercing studs right there. And then right underneath it, because this is a separate piercing, right here I have a hoop and then a stud. This one's really pretty. It's got gold around the edge and then a little diamond in the middle. And then for just like my main piercing lobe, I have this hoop with a little dangly crystal, which I absolutely love. So just a full-on ear party on this side. And then on this side I have 2 of the same studs right here, one in the middle of the ear and then one right at the top, and then a hoop in that second piercing. And then these are obviously the same, these 2 little crystal dangly ones. So in my description box I'll have links to all of these earrings, and if you have any questions or want any more information on these Monica Vinader pieces, you can always leave them in the comments down below. I'll help you as much as I can, but they'll be first in the description box. You'll see all of this stuff. So I'm gonna get started off with makeup. I already did my moisturizer. I did the Kiehl's creamy avocado eye cream. I have like a good thick layer of that just sitting under my eyes waiting for that to fully absorb. And then the primer that I've really been liking is actually from Laura Mercier. It's a serum primer. I think this is really nice, and I did mention a few other serum primers on my channel last year, and I like them because they actually absorb into your skin a lot better, and I like how they get soaked up and I don't feel like they just sit on my skin. So I'm gonna apply this all over my face. I also really like how this one helps with smoothing out the texture on my skin, because you can see I'm breaking out a little bit right here. So I've got a little bit of just flakiness and texture, and then I like how it smooths out any visible pores that I have more towards the center of my face. So foundation wise, I've really been loving the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. This was in 3W1.5, which is Fawn. I actually take just a touch of the Anastasia Liquid Glow. This is in Perla. I made a little bit of a mess, but I will show you this. So I do the foundation and then the liquid highlight, and I just mix the 2 together. Typically it's not this messy, and I just apply this all over my face. Now the thing that I really like about the Estee Lauder foundation is that it just lasts so long. It lasts all day. It is a little bit more coverage, but I still feel like it looks nice and natural if I blend it out. And I've really been liking this brush from the Coach Sephora collection because it gives me a really nice natural looking blend even when I'm using something that's a little bit more full coverage. And I just like how it makes everything look really pretty and soft. So I really like that Laura Mercier primer because it just helps with the texture and making my skin feel prepped and ready for makeup. But if you have a more simple skin type, you don't really want a lot of products on, this foundation lasts so long by itself that you really don't need to use a primer, because I'm sure most of you know the Double Wear is one of those classic foundations that just speaks for itself. It's called Double Wear. It does not need a lot of help in the longevity department. So I'm gonna take the Hourglass Topaz Vanish Concealer. This one's got a strong peachy undertone, so it really helps with just giving my under eyes a little bit of extra brightness and helping cancel out that darkness around my eyes. And it looks a little bit apparent when you can see like the orange tone just sitting there, but once I put my regular concealer on top, I like it. It's just a little bit of color correction. I'm gonna be honest, I don't use it every single day, but the days when my under eye circles are really dark or I have like a more apparent, you know, you can see it's pretty shadowy under there today, so it's a good opportunity for me to help. It's not really going to be much of a surprise to you because this is so long lasting and it's amazing. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Concealer. I've been such a big fan of this since I purchased it, and I've actually repurchased it twice now because I think this concealer has amazing longevity. Now I'm just using the Hourglass concealer brush to lay this product down around my eye area, and I'm gonna let it get a little bit tacky so that it stays in place as I'm blending it out. But I'm just trying to lightly, you know, blend the product around my eyes so I can get a little bit more coverage. Now for setting powder, this is new. It's the Tatcha Silk Powder, and one of my favorite features of this powder is there's actually a little stopper right here so that you don't get a bunch of powder that's just running rampant throughout the packaging. So I just lightly tap some powder into the lid. I'm gonna pick it up on my brush, and as many of you know, very, very picky about setting powders. This one is truly a new favorite, and I just love how it sets down to where I don't even feel it on my skin. Especially with having to wear masks, I am setting my face almost every single day. And I like how this powder mattifies my skin. It takes away any like greasy looking shine, but it doesn't completely make my skin look, you know, chalky or too dry. And especially with, you know, the breakouts around my face, I like how this keeps my makeup in place on those spots so that my acne doesn't, you know, just pop up throughout the day and surprise me. And honestly, I'll zoom you in right now. If you wanted to make your base a lot more matte, you could totally use just a little bit more powder, but I love the way this looks with just a little bit. It looks more like a natural skin finish on my skin. I never really get excited about eyeshadows, but I am loving the NARS Summer Solstice palette. So I'm gonna get started. It's all beautiful bronzy tones. You get a couple cranberry garnet shades in there, but overall super easy to work with and just very wearable tones that I can see myself actually hitting pan with a lot of these shades. So I'm just taking the shade 7 Heaven and applying that from eyelid up into the crease, just going back and forth. I'm also gonna use the clean side of my smudger brush and just lightly take that right along the lower lash line. On a 231 from Zoeva, I'm gonna pick up that shade called Dune. I'm gonna run that from the outer corner all along the lid. Okay, next I'm gonna take that glowy bronze shade called Oro Grande. I'm gonna pop that right on the inner part of my eyelid, just really tapping it into place. Then I'm gonna take Oro Grande again and just run that right underneath. This is my favorite shade in the entire palette. It's called Morongo. I'm gonna take it on a little 227 from Zoeva, and I'm going to lightly tap that all over the eyelid just for that glossy, wet looking sparkle. Now I'm going to take Laura Mercier Cocoa on an angled brush, just picking it up like that, really getting that product nestled in there. Apply that as close to the lash line as I possibly can and do a really subtle wing. I'm going to contour my face with Bahama Mama from the Balm, just on an angled brush from Sephora. I'm going to use this to do a little bit of chiseling and just add some definition back into my face. I'm going to take a little angled brush from Eco Tools to do this. It's the Kosas Moisturizing Bronzer. I love this. I use the shade Medium. This is such a pretty, slightly luminous bronzer. Like, it's not over the top in its luminosity, but it's got this really nice, gorgeous, warm undertone to it, and I think it just looks so pretty, and it's gonna be beautiful this summer when my skin gets a little bit darker. I know it's just gonna be such a pretty tone, and I love the way it just gives you a little bit more of a luminous finish. I like when bronzers aren't completely matte, especially if I'm trying to use it to just warm up my skin tone a bit. And then I'm going to take my Urban Decay Brow Blade. I really hope they sell just the ink stain. That'd be amazing if for 2021 they came out with just an ink stain pencil, because I could honestly do without this side of the pencil. So I just like to, let me zoom, let me move closer so you can see a little bit better. So I'll take my spoolie, brush through, get the brows, you know, nice and combed through, and then I take my ink blade and I hope on camera you can see how amazing and precise that is, and then you can just take your spoolie to soften those out, and it legit looks like brow hairs. If you already have a full brow type and you want something that can give you just a little bit of subtle like filled in effect, I think you'll really like it. But I also do think that people with thin brow hairs would really love this as well, because of how much of a realistic hair-like stroke you can get with this ink pen. For blush, hi, she's the most perfect shade. It's called Chai, and it's from Laura Mercier. I am just gonna pick this up on a brush that's a little bit more dense, because this is quite a soft shade, and it goes so perfectly with my skin tone that I actually like to wear a little bit more of this than I typically do with blush, because I really feel like it's such a complementary shade to my skin tone specifically. So if you have a similar skin tone to me, I think this will be one of your new favorite blushes as well. Maybe I should do a video all about the best blush tones for medium skin, because I know that that's a little bit tricky and you want something that looks natural, that's not gonna look distracting or clownish. For highlight, I'm gonna take the Champagne Flash from Hourglass. And I'm just going to pick it up on a little brush, again from the Sephora Coach collection. Just gonna lightly pop that right on the high points of the cheeks. Ooh, let's do brows. Kosas Air Brow, incredible. I love this. I think it's a little bit easier to work with than the soap brow products, and you still get that really amazing fluffiness. And it just has the most perfect little applicator that allows you to have precision. I'm using a tinted one today, although I probably don't even need to use a tinted one because I did fill in my eyebrows. Oops. but I really am vibing with this Kosas Airbrow. It's such a great gel. Subtle but fluffy. This is the shade Brown Black. I also really like the clear as well, but I've been finding myself using this one just for day to day because it does have a tint, and then I don't really have to you know, use a brow pencil or anything. I'm going to line my lips with the Gen Nude Freestyle Lip Pencil from Bare Minerals. I don't know why they would discontinue this shade. I stocked up on Amazon and I just think it's the most perfect lip liner shade ever. Just at least get one, because I will say that this lip pencil tends to last me a long time because they are quite large. You do get a little bit more product. I'm gonna curl my lashes and then I'm gonna show you one of the most amazing mascaras that I've ever tried that I think you are going to be absolutely obsessed with. All right, meet one of my new favorite mascaras ever. It's from Almay. It's called the Length and Lift Mascara. It has a beautiful, small, easy to maneuver bristle brush with that nice tapered top. I need a mirror, but I haven't been the most consistent with my lattice. So my lashes are shedding and I have some gaps, which is really annoying, but despite that, this mascara still makes my lashes look totally bomb. Like, truly obsessed. And then I'm just gonna put some on my lower lashes as well. And it makes my lower lashes look so nice and long. It's absolutely incredible. Almay Length and Lift. I know you'll love it. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been as adventurous with lip products this year, especially because when I am going out, I'm wearing a mask and I hate wearing lip gloss under my masks because then it just gets all over my entire face. I feel like I have not been experimenting as much with lip products. The only fun I really have with lips is when I am filming or taking photos for y'all, but this one I think is really pretty, and I know that you will love this if you have, you know, a love that is deep, deep, deep for nude lip glosses like I do. This is actually like a nude shimmer. Now it's from Too Faced. It's one of their Lip Injection Extreme Lip Plumpers, and this is in the shade Bee Sting, and it's like the most gorgeous champagne shimmer nude. And also, what you know, lip gloss is this not gonna go with? It goes with all makeup looks. I promise you, for May, because I was watching some of my older favorites videos, I had at least like 5 or 6 lip favorites, and they were always like nice wearable nudes, especially if you had skin coloring similar to mine. And I promise you that for May, I will try to find at least 3 to 4 nude lip products that are new or that I haven't worn in a while, that are exciting, nice, everyday nude lip products to recommend to you. I'll make that my goal. I will write it on a sticky note right when I'm done filming this. I have to start trying out some nude lip products for May so that I have some new stuff to talk about with you. So I really hope that you found this fun and interesting to watch. I know favorites videos have not been as exciting this past year just because there's not as much experimentation going on, and it's more so dedicated towards, you know, finding longevity-based products and things that are gonna make your makeup last when you're wearing a mask. So I do hope that this was still entertaining for you. If you do have any questions about any of the favorites that I mentioned in this video, please feel free. You can leave them in the comments down below. And if there are, again, any type of makeup tutorials or hair tutorials or any type of videos that you're interested in seeing in the near future, please leave them as suggestions down below. I would love it so much if you would subscribe to my channel, and if you'd come follow me on Instagram, that would be amazing as well. But other than that, I will see you in my next video. This is really awkward because I'm kind of like floor level in this apartment, and 2 of my neighbors just walked in and they were like, why are you filming yourself right now? So I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching this one. Bye everyone.